Well, I'm live. I don't have any viewers at the moment, but um, it's late.
Right.
They might come on. Um, so I ask a couple of questions, and then that's it. And the rest is you.
Right on.
Um, who are you?
I'm Troy Thompson.
Otherwise known as Troy Rule Number Eight. Troy
Rule number 8.
is. I say that all the time.
Right.
Okay, and the stock question around here is, what is the vigil?
What is the vigil? The vigil is, it's basically our mini Occupy we have going on here. We've had it going on since the beginning. Um, it's changed, but it's always been here since then. It's to help our homeless brothers, man. I mean, that have nowhere else to go. They don't have any place to be safe. They don't have any place to even sleep without being harassed. This is a place that we've actually been able to set up to help them. Exactly that. Get some sleep. Vigil is a lot. It, it started off with Colonel, and Colonel being the trooper that he is, man. He set up a vigil here just out of the blue, and it's grown. It's grown since then, and it's grown to be how do I say it, such a prominent part of what Occupy is all about. You know what I mean? Occupy definitely supports it. I support it. You know, and I think that anybody who does support it is just evil, flat out. Just evil, flat out. I'm tired. I just got off work. Uh,
Things are more black and white when
right.
one is not
Yeah. And I'm sober.
fresh. Yeah, I'm sober. I'm grumpy.
Sucks.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've been out at Rumors, man. That's what I've been doing, kicking it out there, trying to help them. They got a few problems going on, man. But I mean, we all love those kids, man. So we're checking them out, making sure everybody's safe out there. A lot of drama going on.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been up to here lately. Plus that, we've been doing a lot of things out there also, man. They got, I'm learning how to plant a garden. I plan on building an earthship in their backyard.
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
got a
And Tony
place.
always talks about the Earthship.
Yeah, Antonio's always talking about the earthships, man. I'm actually gonna do it, man. I've got the place to do it at now. I've got the help that I need. It's just a matter of getting materials, which is garbage, man. So, but my goal was in 6 months to have an earthship built. I'm gonna have that easy.
What the hell is an Earthship?
Earthships are totally sustainable homes. They heat themselves, they cool themselves. They have eco-friendly roofs. They're made out of garbage. Use tires for exterior walls, and bearing walls. Interior walls are made out of bottles. They look nice. They're beautiful homes. I never realized how beautiful they could be, but after doing a little bit of research and studying on them, easy to build, uh, and we can just put them up everywhere.
And you have experience in building,
Yeah, I'm a carpenter. Yeah, totally.
right? So, and you did that around the camp.
I did. I did.
So,
And I'll continue on doing it in society, man. It just seems like the right thing. In my industry anyway, we have to go. We got to figure out how to go more green. We're killing trees left and right. In my industry, and we got to figure out a different way of doing this.
what do you think about bamboo and stuff?
Well, bamboo's a good grass, but it's not sturdy enough to hold hold up a roof or anything like that. It's not
Right.
like we could use it
It
to
makes
make.
fine flooring, but you
Yeah,
can't do a
yeah, right.
building with it. Okay.
Pretty much the only things we've been able to find that are strong enough are wood, metal, which metal itself, you're burning more emissions, causing more problems to the planet that way than you are if you're actually killing trees, or hemp, and hemp is illegal. So, yeah,
Is now I thought growing hemp was legal.
no, it's illegal unless you got like a license, the permit and stuff like that. But it's illegal to grow hemp. If we could grow hemp, we could totally use it to make 2x4, very strong 2x4s out of it.
And do you think that there's a intentional difficulties put up in front of people who want to grow hemp?
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
mean, and do you
absolutely.
think it's from the corporate reasoning? Because
Well,
I
yeah,
have heard that that's where it began. Is it's
totally.
not from people worried about drugs, but the industries that are competing, like
That's a
lumber.
fact. That's a true story. We know that because you know hemp is illegal because it would have put back when it first started up, it would have put the oil business out of business, and that wasn't going to do that. If there was a time when it was illegal not to grow hemp, you had to have a certain portion of your land to grow hemp on. So soldiers, they need clothes, they can make them out of that, or if they need a robe, they can make it out of it. They, you know what I mean? So there was a time when it was illegal not to grow, but then they realized all the purposes that it actually has. You know what I mean? It could just totally save our society, but you know what I mean? Because now it would do away with too many big corporations, entirely too many big corporations. So it's not going to be legal. Yeah. Not until we get them out of the way.
Yeah, I've been talking about the war on free. Like anything that is free,
Right.
there seems to be somebody who's making it illegal.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah. I don't know.
Like try think about something free. Like free would be growing your own food, and there are folks who are attempting to make gardening, impossible. There's a lot of anyway. Wherever you find suffering, there's always a business behind it. And right now, to me, it seems like there's a war on making anything free.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, let's face it, right? This whole people, being or profit being more important than people thing. That's what our whole movement's really about, anyways. Man. There's no way money should be more important than people.
Yeah, people not profit, right there at the vigil.
Exactly. You know what I mean, and the whole Occupy movement really comes down to just that. Simply, money cannot be more important than what we are. We're killing children for oil. You know what I mean? To make Xboxes and shoes, and you know what I mean? And this is, I mean, it's just insane. It doesn't even, it's not human, man. And how it can continue on to happen, I don't have a clue. But, we're going to do what we can. And we're going to stop it. Enough is enough. America's mad about this whole situation, man. And it can't go on. It's not even a sustainable path. It can't last.
Right.
We have to find a sustainable path, one that everybody can live in.
So you are always working whenever I see you. You're like going to work, and so are you still doing the carpentry right now?
I've been doing my boss a favor here last, probably about a week, and doing a night shift thing, for him. It's not carpentry at all. I was working at Joe and Field. Right now I'm just going through labor ready and stuff, but they keep me busy. But,
yeah, Labor Ready can now. Do they hire? Hey, we have a viewer. Hi, viewer. Labor Ready. What do they hire out for?
just personal labor. But they'll send me on any construction job we get. Because.
But do they have more than construction?
Oh yeah. I mean, like right now I'm working at Joe and Field. I've worked out at Circus Soleil. I've worked at a lot of cool places.
So it's like daily work for daily pay? Is that the idea?
Yeah. So you go there and then they pay you by the day and stuff like that. I don't know if I should be advertising for them or not, but yeah. I mean, if you need work.
Well, no, but the reason I ask is because there are people who have been looking for work, and I know that this might be.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, Labor Ready is a good start because they're paying like, you're only making minimum wage, and they're getting paid like $14 an hour for you. But at the same time, now that company, if they put the money out to train you, through Labor Ready, then within 30 days they can legally hire you on. And often they've spent all that money to train you, because it costs money to train somebody.
Right.
They spent it all to do that, then they'll totally hire you on.
Yeah, I actually was in a situation where I hadn't worked in a long time. I was sick, and I got kind of nervous. Like, I was young, and I it was like my first great job, and then I didn't have it anymore, and I didn't know what to do. So I went out to this place that was actually called Daily Work for Daily Pay in Beaverton.
Wow.
And they put me to work at Reese's peeling carrots and onions, and oh God, peeling onions. I got fired for going to the bathroom.
Wow.
It was a tough gig,
Yeah,
but it was a little bit less pressure because I didn't have to interview. I just had to do some forms, and I just went and started working. And it helped me get my feet.
I think Labor Ready is great for kids, man, because you're gaining so much work experience. And let's face it, every kid, me included, throughout history, has lost their first job, probably because they get bored with it. They quit or got fired from their first job. Always, it's because you get bored with that job easy. You don't realize exactly what work is and things of that effect.
Well, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff to not know when you're a kid about work.
Right.
Like, I mean, the meaning of responsibility is I don't care why. It's just that you were late. I don't care if there's a good reason. There was a good reason last week too, but you were late. So one way or another, you have to fix that, and then you have to figure it out. And
Right.
all the "it's unfair" goes out to the window, with reality,
Right.
which I don't know.
Well, I know, but once again, it's becoming part of the whole corporate slave thing too. You know what I mean? And you know, that's
You mean the extreme
right.
way of picking through people, like
Right.
they're
I
just
mean,
disposable?
we're slaves nowadays. We can't afford to take our families out to dinner. That's what's slavery. I mean, what we're working for right now is slavery. And so, you know, any job you get, especially right now, you I mean, it's part of that corporation. It's part of the way they're keeping us down and keeping us literally, yeah, like I said, in slavery.
Yeah, there's a company I know of that pays people minimum wage to do a job that probably would have, gotten a couple of bucks more an hour. And I'm thinking, okay, you can do that because of the competition, but you don't have to. A company could say, yeah, I realize we could probably get away with dropping our wages because everyone's so desperate, but we're not going to because we're not scumbags,
Right.
you know? So I don't know. It's
That's the
a
way.
shame, but I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that jobs that are worth more per hour are now minimum wage because people need the job so badly.
Yeah.
So now everybody is just, and you can't actually, even on full time, I don't think you can really make it minimum wage.
Right.
I mean,
No, you can't. No, no, no.
it's,
Not without having a roommate. I mean, it's not like you can pay rent with that and then eat. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, if you have full time minimum wage job, you're probably only bringing home $800 a month, or well, no, probably more than that. But
no, it's more than that. But it's not very much. It's, let's see, if you have $8 times 40 hours, you'd be looking at $320.
so 320
So
times four.
before taxes, you're right, $800 a month.
Right. Okay, so
That's
you
quite
can't.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, the cheapest rent you're gonna find is 600 a month. And if you're lucky, you
Yeah.
can find 600 a month. And so, I mean, that was how you can't pay your electric bill, you can't pay your phone bill, you can't. You know what I mean?
Right. And there are things that you would think of as luxuries, but they're not luxuries. Like cell phone,
Yeah, no,
you gotta have a cell phone.
have to nowadays.
And internet, people say, oh yeah, you can go to the library, but to really function, most places, if they don't have the complete, you know, uh, paperwork or whatever you need, unless you go online. There's
Right.
a lot of places that have just killed all their mail or all their other options.
Which I'm not sure is such a bad idea, but you're right. Almost like the internet itself should be, part free too. But
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, if you can finish paying your bills, I mean, and eat, that's what you can do. Or you can pay your rent and eat. You can't pay electricity. You can't pay. I mean, under a minimum wage job, it's not gonna freaking happen.
right.
And so to me, man, this is all part of fucking this fucking fucked up capitalism, Babylon, fucking it's happening.
Which is why I get real irritated when protesters are out there trying to just tell the public, hey, do you think something's wrong? Does it have to be this way? Are you sure it has to be this way? Because I think we're getting screwed. To just stand out there and bang that drum all day long and trying to wake people up, and what you get is people yelling at you, get a job. It's like, okay, like that lady said, she's like, yeah, I love Obama's job creation. I have 3 of them. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for making all those new jobs. I got 3 of them.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. So when protesters are being yelled to get a job because they're out there trying to solve the problem from the root, as opposed to just, patch it up by getting their second and third job,
Right.
you know.
All I can say is that check this out, man. Fuck. You guys should stand up and do the same thing. People who are out there screaming at us to get a job. Well, some of us have jobs. A lot of us have jobs. The fact of the matter is, man, you need to stand up for what needs to be taken care of, man. Don't hand this down to your children.
Right.
Don't hand this down to your children. Don't put your children in slavery. Don't
Right.
do it, man.
So, did you hear about what happened to our folks who went to NATO?
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear about some of the tactics that the cops are using over there?
I was paying attention. I was watching the whole time, man. And yeah, it was disgusting, man.
It is pretty messed up.
That was what they did with Nana.
With who? Yes. Yeah.
Took her walker.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Where's the humanity behind that? You know what I mean? And let's face it, the police and me have got a long history of them not being humane. You know what I mean? So I do have a personal vengeance against them in particular.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad that finally, because I used to run around telling people, you know, I mean, what they're doing is wrong, it's evil, and nobody would listen to me. You're just a convict, you know what I mean? But now people, it's really is a breath off my chest, man. The fact that how people are starting to understand and starting to see it. You know what I mean? I'm not just a lying convict anymore, man. People realize that, you know, what the shit that they're doing is evil. You know what I mean? Far more evil than any one person in that in any prison. You know?
I have an interview with a guy named Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's leaving town. He's got some donations coming his way of like bicycle tires and stuff like that. He's going to travel down 101. And he's completely candid about the fact that he's leaving because he doesn't want to go to the Clackamas jail. And he said that jail is messed up. And he describes in detail.
You know, the sad part about it is, you're going to hate this, but that's probably one of the better jails I've ever been in. I've been in a lot of different jails.
Really?
That's probably one of the better jails I've ever been in. Yeah, you got to figure, like down in Linn County, as soon as I walked through that door, you know, I mean, they beat me, throw me in a cell, and that's where they keep me. I mean, automatically I'm getting my ass whooped, and they're going to put me behind a metal door, and I don't come out of there, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, basically where I grew up. That's what the society raised me at, was in this county, man. And you know, that's basically how I was raised. So am I pissed at them? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Am I pissed about how evil they can be? Yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand it for the life of me. I mean, a job, because of your job, you got to beat down all, you know, old ladies and women and children, you know what I mean? Because of a job.
These folks need to strike. I mean, if there's any good cops out there who are looking around at what their peers are just okay to do with this
Think about it
strange
this way,
twisting.
they're all trained to do it. It's not the people. It has nothing to do with the people themselves.
Yeah, I heard that the sexual harassment is a tactic that they're being trained. I mean, that's the theory anyway, because it's sweeping the nation is like they're all doing it at once. It's not like a couple of bad cops or a few more epidemic whatever. It appears to be a tactic to deal with the protesters, and I'm really sorry to hear that was Kipper who's been talking about what she endured, and it's really creepy.
Wow, there's something I haven't heard here. I'm not sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they come up when they see a girl or a couple of girls, protesters, by themselves, like walking away from the crowd or whatever.
Right.
The cops were making all these really, really explicit gestures and saying these horrible things to them and propositioning and yeah. So they're not even. I mean, wow.
And you think that's what they're being told to do by the higher ups now?
You know, it started on the East Coast and it's continuing, and it hasn't, as far as I can tell, it hasn't reached here. But what Kipper said was that they were all doing it. And so it looked like, and it was pretty consistent, you know. So this appears to be, you know, how to handle protesters 101 in Chicago or
We're freaks.
yeah, that's just, but you know, groupthink. I mean, they're being told to hold on to power to get rid of protests, and here's tactic number 4, and they're not thinking it through. You know, that's groupthink. You know, you just kind of go off the deep end socially with a group, you know, and that seems to be happening.
I don't understand it for the life of
me. I can't believe that people are not rejecting what they're being told to do in those circumstances. And I know that in Germany, it appears that they did. They had in Frankfurt, 400 arrests of protesters. Next thing I see is the cops taking off their helmets and marching with the protests. So whatever happened there, I don't know, but the mainstream media isn't really covering that, probably. But
I wish our boys would do it too. They're about to start feeling the pain, man, because, you know, man, I know there's going to be a lot of layoffs this year from them.
Well, they spend all their money on us to beat us.
to what ends? I mean, like everybody knows, man, it doesn't get violent until they show up.
Yeah.
Why is that? I
Yeah,
mean,
well, they're dressed, and you put makeup on to be a villain, and it changes your personality. I mean, getting in character, and these guys are wearing villain makeup. They're wearing these, expecting a riot gear.
right, well,
And if you're expecting a riot, and you're amped up like that, it's no wonder that they club people. I mean, they're coming ready for that, and they're spooked already,
right.
on edge already.
You
You
know,
know.
and also, I mean, the way they're trained when they go to arrest somebody, they're trained to hurt them automatically. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're getting arrested, you're going to get hurt. I mean, I don't care. And it's pretty obvious that, I don't care if it's a woman, child, old lady, you know what I mean? That
I
they're
don't.
going to hurt them. It's
Yeah,
that simple.
it's very
That's
strange.
wrong. And then once you get inside there, once you get inside, there's no, the doors are locked. Nobody can see what's happening to you, and that's when the real treachery begins. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean,
Like, okay, so like when Elmira got arrested, I was talking to Elmira. Elmira was watching TV, and I really was trying to only help her out, but the police officers inside. And the fact of the matter is, I was telling her, she wouldn't watch the TV. The cops telling her she has to turn around. She did, that's not Elmira's thing. Elmira is not going to watch TV. She's not going to shop at Walmart. She's not going to watch TV. And so they're telling her she has to turn around. And I'm telling her, look, just go and protect the custody, which means they would just put her into a cell off to the side, and she wouldn't have to watch TV, and she wouldn't, because I seen her as about ready to get in some serious trouble, and she ended up going into that sidecar anyway, bless her heart. But under harsher circumstances, they put her basically in the hole is where they ended up putting her, and in the process of me trying to tell her that, they put me in the hole too. And now when you're inside the cell, you know, they cover the window. You can't see, you don't know what's going on. It's a mental, disturbing, mentally, big time.
what's so disturbing about not having a window?
Well, not knowing what's going on while you're in there, you know what I mean? Because you want to get out, but you don't. You know what I mean?
Right, so you have no idea how long this is going to be, or
Right. Or what's even happening with you, or I mean, it could be days before they even pull you out of that cell, start processing.
right.
It's just a mental, and plus, let's face it. After a while, I've been done a lot of, been in a lot of situations, behind that whole, by being locked down, and you're gonna get angry. You know what I mean? That's after time, man. I mean, that's what these jails and shit like that. They bring anger and they breed. You know what I mean?
That's okay. That's what Jeffrey was describing in that interview, is the conditions that where you have to fight over every little thing, and and there's nothing to fight over. It's like all there is the food, whether you're going to eat that piece of peanut butter toast, and there's just not enough space also to walk by without accidentally bumping, and there's etiquette, and offended easily, and feathers ruffled, and it's just a breeding
And it
ground,
all
and the
comes
guards
down
fuck
to
with you and make that happen.
right.
So
That's the thing. Is the guards are always just continuously messing with you in one way or another. Always, always, always just poking and prodding you. So that you're gonna get mad, but you can't beat up the officers. So you know what I mean, eventually you're gonna blow. You know what I mean?
right.
That's gonna happen.
Do you think that all the guards there are sadistic, or just like they get that way, or what's going on?
Mm.
Certain type attracted to it, or
Once again, I think it's part of their training. You know what I mean? There's certain things that they have to do, and one being that like you can't lay down on a day, or you can't. You know what I mean? Like they'll keep you in the Multnomah County for 24 hours, sitting up in one of them chairs. Yeah, because that's what they have to do. That's what their higher ups are. But at the same time, and yes, I think a lot of them in there are sick and twisted, man. Sick and twisted. They go out of their way. They go there every day just to torture people. A lot of them. And matter of fact, the majority of them. But then again, that's probably come from years, I mean, of them having to, you know, go to work every day and having to torture these people, so these people hate them. And every once in a while, I'm sorry, they're gonna, at least they're gonna get a few words from you. And if you keep torturing people, eventually someone's gonna say something. And after time, being told that, you're gonna get mad at them inmates automatically. The whole system is set up to torture people in there.
well, here's a good question. You've been arrested 17, 18 times for
No,
the cause?
14 times for the cause.
14 for the cause. So why the hell, considering you'd already done time and hated it and went through mental anguish, why the hell would you fight in this protest in a way where you would get arrested? Because you don't have to be arrested.
Right, but because, I mean, once again, we can't hand this down to our children. I'm showing people things, you know what I mean, in the process.
What are you showing? Give an example.
Like setting up the tarps. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I showed people that, you know, how we can occupy legally. You know what I mean? Where they're gonna take our tarps, you know, put them down, we can recycle them out. You know what I mean?
What was the end of that? Did you ever get to a point where they wrote down anything?
Yeah, they just wrote down property slips for the tarps.
But did they ever accuse you of
I
anything?
wouldn't write it down. I want them to.
Yeah. How many times did they take the tarp before?
Well, they took it the first time, and then, you know, as soon as they left, I put them right back up. And then I didn't hear again from the morning. And then the sergeant came up and was talking to me and said I had to take them down. I said I'm not going to take them down. Same deal. Took them down, wrote me another property slip, let me go. But never, you know, I mean, I was telling him, dude, I want you to write me up for that. I want you to, you know, give me a ticket for this structure. Because they kept calling it a structure. I said, I want you to give me a ticket for this supposed structure. And he wouldn't do it. And they won't. They're not going to open that up in court because then they got to define tarps and string as a structure. Right. Not going to do it.
What you had was one string going across from two poles and a single tarp hanging vertically.
Yeah.
Which,
if I'd had more, I would set it up to an A-frame type thing.
Yeah, but they're calling that a structure. But if you were to challenge that in court, we're pretty sure that they would not uphold that as a structure.
That's why I want to challenge that in court.
And yet, you couldn't do that. Now, right. Colonel did manage to get them to write it on when he did the pallet. And that was the point of the pallet action. Similar thing. He and Matt, and we got this on the news.
I gotta get going.
Oh yeah, you gotta go?
I do. I gotta get to the office.
All right, yeah. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Totally.
Right on. Vigil TV. Look up Ustream Vigil TV with a dash.
I will.
Okay, don't be late. Love you too. So that's our Troy, rule number 8, Troy. That's the, you guys know. That's the rule that is in that window. You can see the lit door on the right, and then City Hall on the left is lit, and that beautiful window in between has the rules, as does the other one on the other side. And number 8, vigil participants shall no longer climb City Hall. Troy rule number 8. Where he was right up there with a Christmas tree lit up and a tent. So, wow, I'm hearing some major snoring action. That probably can't get that many places. There's 99 sleeping sitting up, as he does. The box / blanket structure, and Matthew, Tim, someone, who's over there? I think that might be Jeffrey on the other side there. And let's see, we got Jason and oh boy, Garrett and I can't remember. Anyway, a couple more, 3 other people. And I think where's our friend Curtis? Oh, their mic's up there. So yeah, part of the vigil structure broke, unfortunately. So I don't have that ability to put up a canopy over the whole thing, but I do have some. This is a to look pretty, but I was worried about the rain in my gear here, so I put it up. But somebody could sit under there and I got some new candles I picked up at a bargain. So weekends, Salvation Army almost always has a 50% off sale, either Saturday, Sunday, or both. And so a blanket that costs $4 is now $2. Advantage of that. Got some blankets because oh yeah, that's the easy use. Anyway, got some blankets, got some pillows. Good deal. Yeah, got a bunch of blankets with a $10 donation. Oh, we have a Matt who came back from Chicago. So that's pretty cool. To get one of the Chicago folks here. Some new candles. Oh, we have a party, I guess. It's a 6-month anniversary coming up on June 1st. For me, that'll be my 4-month anniversary because I'll have been here every other day since like January 28th. And I missed 3 days, so it actually evens out. So that'll be fun. But yeah, Colonel's December 1st. It said that this holiday season we're going to, have this vigil, and it's funny because this holiday season is now summer. It's Memorial Day. So anyway, you guys come down and put your thoughts, your prayers, effects of yours. There's room for literature. We try to have it relevant to the vigil itself, but I know that there are some things in people's hearts that are just so strong, and they're gonna be here too. You can tell. Bradley Manning is always going to be in this vigil, I think. heart are with him. It's really, it looks lovely out when the sun comes up, even if it's gray skies. There's something about this. It looks almost purple. Even the cement looks pretty. If you've ever noticed City Hall's colors change quite a bit, the stone, it begins as like a green almost, and it turns to a very beautiful pink in daylight. We'll be back later. Not much going on right now. I probably will aim it at the street and keep it rolling. I'll close off this interview with Troy because it was good, and I want to be able to index it, but I'll come right back on and keep rolling and see what happens. You never know what happens in here in the morning. It's a little different because it's holiday. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, and for anyone keeping track, yes, they did in fact just rip another crop out of the ground. A couple of them. That's where the lettuce was that they never actually harvested, as far as I can tell. Unless they harvest by ripping entire plants out of the ground, they would say that they just waited for it to bolt and took it away. And I got a problem with this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. To find out. Okay, be right back.